To begin, we can set up some styling rules for our add entry form. Go to your form CSS, put in a comment, and then put in the add entry form, add widget, and add submit rules. Then go into addEntry.php, set up a surrounding div with the class of add entry form, and then open and close your form tags with your heading inside. Underneath add entry, we can put in our little information icon and a reminder that all the fields in this form are required. Then we can set up an input box for the word. We need a text area for the meaning where the maximum length is 255. For now, we can put in an input box for the language. And we can carefully recycle our sentiment drop-down. And this time, in the first option, add in the keywords disabled and selected so that the placeholder shows up, but users will still need to choose a valid option. Underneath our sentiment drop-down, we want a text area for our example. Again, we need a maximum length of 255, and then we can put in our submit button. There's what our entry form now looks like. One of the things, though, is if users start typing in the language, we'd really like to offer them the languages that already exist, so that it's easy for them to choose the correct language with the correct spelling. Of course, if the language doesn't yet exist in our database, we do want them to be able to have that language where our form will add the language and also the entry. In the support files area, you should see an autocomplete CSS and autocomplete PHP. Please add the autocomplete CSS into your CSS folder and the autocomplete PHP into your main folder. Then in head.php, add in a link to the autocomplete CSS. Please open functions.php and at the bottom, create a new function called autocomplete list. It's going to take in dbconnect, the item SQL, and the entity. We're going to feed in a piece of SQL that grabs the languages from our database. And in this function, we're first going to make that into a query. And then we're going to loop through that query and take all of the languages and put them into an array. We're then going to use a special command so that we can get all of the items in a way that our autocomplete is going to work correctly. Now we can go back to addEntry.php and put an autocomplete div around our language widget. Please check that you have ID equals language as part of your input widget. Our autocomplete actually works by using JavaScript. We need to go right to the end of our file, open and close the script tag, include the autocomplete PHP, and then create those arrays that contain the list of all our languages. You might notice that we've got a variable here called all languages. To get that to work correctly, we need to go back to the top of our add entry, open and close the PHP brackets, get all the languages from our database, and use our autocomplete list function from earlier to create that all languages variable. And if you look at your add entry form, it doesn't look all that different, but if you start typing in a language, you'll notice that the languages that are in the database appear, and we can easily use autocomplete. In the next video, we're going to process this form and add entries into our database.